It's the lunatic from the woods here, out here in the middle of the trees, having a good time, soaking up that sun. Beautiful day. Spring's coming. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is like semen retention, the explosion. So, the explosion, what I'm talking about is like exploding in your pants. So what I'm talking about is like, if you're expelling yourself like all the time, and then like you try semen retention because you're realizing like how negative it is and everything, you have to realize that you condition your body to release that energy like every day or every week or 3 times a day or whatever your frequency is that you trained yourself on. So I mean, if you were doing it like 3 times a day, if you were expelling yourself 3 times a day, and you're like, well, now I want to go like 90 days, like it's gonna be rough, and it's gonna come out in your sleep. And like, I mean, I've even heard of guys like just having thoughts, lustful thoughts, and not anybody touching it or not them touching themselves, and they're just exploding in their pants. like, so I mean, that's probably gonna happen. But the thing is, like, you don't want to focus on that. You're not focusing on that. You're focusing on, the determination, because then when you progress, like, let's say you make it like a couple weeks and then you relapse, and then it's gonna retrain yourself. Your cup is going to be a little bit bigger. You're going to be able to retain more energy and more of that vitality. And then, and then you relapse, and then you retain more. And then like after a while, like you might be able to go like a year, and you could do like amazing things with that energy. But you don't really want to transmute it into negative things like hatred or resentment. You really got to stay away from that, because I mean, you might be doing that subconsciously. You really want to transmute it into something like positive. You really want to use that energy for like, creating some money for yourself, or, just building something good for yourself, or helping out the community, or, just helping people, or, building some financial gains for yourself, or, just something positive. You want to put that into something positive. You don't want to harness negativity and stuff like that, because it's just going to amplify that. It's going to amplify anything. That energy is just going to amplify anything that you're putting into it. So yeah, I mean, you might even like notice like the sensations and everything gets like really sensitive, where like you brush across something and you're like on the verge of like exploding. I mean, that's normal. Like, for me, it was always just trying to get away from like lusting and stuff. Because I mean, if you think about it, like most guys, like I'm gonna say like the majority of men, like 90% of their focus is on sex and women. I mean, like it's like it consumes like everything, like every portion of energy that you have. And I mean, if you're on semen retention, that will give up after a while. I mean, it's going to take a while. You're going to have to train yourself, especially if you're expelling yourself like multiple times a day, like 3-4 times a day. Some people, I don't even know how people do that. Like, that never even made sense. Like, even when I was younger, that never even made sense to me. I'm like, how do you even like function in life? But imagine like somebody in that position. Like, imagine like but contrast. Like, it's going to be crazy. Like, it's just going to be like, you're going to have so much energy. Like, that's why these guys, like, they feel like they have, like, superpowers and stuff like that, because that's what it's going to feel like. So, yeah, if you explode, don't worry about it. The key thing is persistence. You want to be very persistent. You want to persist, and you want to try, and you want to try, and you want to try, and you want to never give up. It's almost like chipping away at, like, a piece of concrete. You know, you take a little chip out, and you get some more chip that away until it's, you know, nothing. Like how do you think the Grand Canyon was made? I mean, that water was just thousands of years just chipping away at that rock, and now it's just great big crater. That's what you're doing. You're building something wonderful, because that's what men do. We build. This is the lunatic from the woods here, out here in the middle of the trees, having a good time, soaking up that sun, loving every second of it. I got a semen retention journal I'm going to put up there. Pretty cool stuff. I started using it myself. Yeah, pretty helpful. Says bro a lot. Very inspiring things. You kind of, you go a couple pages, and you remind yourself every couple pages. I did it a while ago, so I got a copy of it, and I started to do it myself. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty good, because you could remind yourself why you're doing the practice, and it reminds you to stay on that positive mindset. Put something positive towards society, because when you're expelling yourself and you're doing PMO and stuff, that's wasted energy on nothing. Unless you're trying to make a baby, but let's face it, you guys aren't trying to make babies. This is the lunatic from the woods. Check out my shop too. Like, comment, and subscribe. You guys stay blessed.